Prepare to read Jack and the Beanstalk, genre study. Fairy tales are old stories that have made-up characters and events that could not happen. As you read Jack and the Beanstalk, look for the beginning, middle, and ending of the story. Characters who are not found in real life. An ending that is happy. Storytelling phrases. Once upon a time, happily ever after. Set a purpose. As you read, retell the story. Use your own words to tell what happens in the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Power words. Swipe. Whacked. Whimpered. Plenty. Meet Helen Lester.
Helen Lester likes to tell people that she spent 10 years in the 2nd grade. That's because she was a 2nd grade teacher. Now she is the writer of more than 16 books. Ms. Lester likes to use animals as characters in her stories. She says her characters are like the students she taught. They are funny and lively. Helen Lester has another special talent. She can write her letters backwards. Jack and the Beanstalk by Helen Lester. Illustrated by Jesus Aguado. Once upon a time, a boy named Jack lived with his mother in a poor little hut. What money they had for food came from selling milk from their cow, Musetta. But when old Musetta stopped giving milk, they knew they would have to sell her. So Jack and the cow hiked into the village. Hours later, Jack returned alone with a handful of beans. Beans? Beans. You've got to be kidding me, yelled Jack's mother. You were supposed to sell Musetta for money. Beans can't buy food. But the beans are so pretty, said Jack. This is a mess, sighed his mother. Jack went outside and planted the pretty beans in a sunny spot. He gave them a drink of water. Maybe, just maybe, they would grow. And grow they did. Overnight, the seeds had sprouted. By morning, they had wound into a beautiful beanstalk. How did it grow so fast? Wondered Jack. It had grown up, 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 and out of sight beyond the clouds. Wowee! Exclaimed Jack. Being a curious lad, he simply had to climb it. Where would the beanstalk lead? He went up and up, higher and higher, until he went beyond the clouds. Ta-da! Jack gazed upon an enormous castle. He saw some creepy-looking signs, too. From inside the castle, a voice boomed. Fee, fi, fo, fum, time for Betty, hoody-hum. On the ground was a little bag of gold. Go away! Only giants allowed. Beware, large, hungry beings. Jack looked left and right and swipe! Down the beanstalk he went with his treasure. The big sleeper surely wouldn't miss such a small bag. At the sight of the gold, Jack's mother allowed herself a smile. The next morning, Jack climbed the beanstalk again. Fee, fi, fo, fum, time for Betty, hoody-hum. Good timing, thought Jack. And this time, he helped himself to a goose who was very busy laying golden eggs. At the sight of the busy goose cranking out golden eggs, Jack's mother allowed herself a giggle. The next morning, Jack eagerly climbed the beanstalk. He wondered what treasures awaited him. Oh dear, he did not find what he had expected.
Fee, fi, fo, fum, where on earth did you come from?
From down on Earth, replied Jack. Well, I came up my beanstalk, which is in Earth. You see, I gave it sunshine and water But the giant was not interested in Jack's gardening skills. He was hungry. Jack, being nimble and quick, hurried down the beanstalk. As the giant followed and was halfway down, Jack grabbed an axe, whacked the beanstalk, and splat! My toe hurts, whimpered the giant. And how will I get home? I'll show you, said Jack kindly. First, he showed the giant how to water the beanstalk. Together, they cared for the plant. It grew up and up beyond the clouds. Now the giant could climb home, and Jack bought Musetta back. He returned everything he had taken from the giant. The gentle giant told his new friends they could keep the goose. From that day on, Jack, his mother, the goose, and Musetta had plenty to eat and lived happily ever after. Once in a while, they invited the giant down for a giant feast. These feasts always included plenty of leafy beanstalk greens.
Turn and talk. Use details from Jack and the Beanstalk to answer these questions with a partner. 1. Retell. In your own words, retell the most important story events in order. 2. On page 146, why does the author repeat the words up and higher? What is she trying to show the reader? How do you think Jack felt when he first saw the giant? How do his feelings change? Use details from the text and pictures to explain your answer. Listening tip. Listen carefully and politely. Look at your partner to show you are paying attention.